What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, y'all who have followed Candace Owens for some time know that it takes a lot to get Candace rattled, especially when she's well-researched and able to stand on business, which she usually is. Well, came across this interview that happened recently with Don Lemon, formerly of CNN fame. And he tried to challenge Candace on a couple issues that are dear to his heart. If y'all know how Don Lemon gets down, then you already know. What's understood don't have to be explained, but he tried to rattle her a little bit. And you know, they're both independent now. Candace herself has detached herself from Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire, and she's out doing her independent thing, which I appreciate and support. But I love how she handled herself in this interview, in this display. She was so humble, so quiet, so reserved, and yet stood 10 toes down on what she believed in the face of Don Lemon trying to put her on blast. Y'all check this out.
In your rhetoric, you're saying that it's a mental disorder.
It is a mental disorder. That's what I learned in school.
It's not a mental disorder. Okay,
if you think that you're a boy and you're actually a girl, you are suffering from a mental disorder, obviously, because you can't actually change your sex, obviously.
I know plenty of children now. I know plenty
you can play dress up, but you can't change your sex.
I know plenty of young people and old people who are trans, right? And they are not pretending. And it is not a mental disorder.
Well, it is pretending, because you will literally never be able, if you are a little boy, to grow up and have a baby, because you're not a little girl.
I would hope that your child would not grow up, or your children would not grow up and then thinking that they're trans and then their parents telling them the exact opposite.
I would tell them that they have a mental disorder, and we're going to get them help.
In your rhetoric, you're saying that it's a mental disorder.
It is.
Think about same-sex marriage.
It's a sin.
You think it's a sin? So you think I'm sinful?
What's that?
You think I'm sinful because I'm married to a man?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes, okay. You're sinning. You are in a sinful relationship. I actually don't believe marriage can be between two men. So I don't.
Y'all, what really got me in this exchange, and I appreciated the calmness and reservation of Candace as she addressed his loaded questions. Seems like he was trying to set her up in this if you watch the long form interview, but I appreciated how she addressed him. She didn't lose her cool. She didn't lose her position either. She stood on her square. But if you look at the comments here, my God, today, these comments where they think that the community is going to fall in line with what they're pushing, because they've been pushing it for so long. And we've been going along with it for so long. But I think, y'all, in 2024, the tide has turned and things have changed. And those things are the attitudes of the community. Y'all, look at these comments. She is 1000% correct. I like how she's calmly standing on business. People know. I hate how they push this on children. Candace didn't lie. No one cannot change their DNA. Y'all, I think this is one of the things that the folks who really push this take for granted. They take for granted that we are beholden to the leftist Democrat Party, and that we will always be beholden, that we will never wake up. They think that they can just change the narrative at any time and go with these crazy ideas, and we will just go along with them, even though we still a religious community. And that's not what we teach and preach on Sunday. But it seems like that's what we've been voting for generations. Well, y'all, seems like we waking up. And this woman said, I hate how they push this on children. And sis, I agree with you so much, and I thank you for saying that in the comments. Because I am from California, y'all. And in California, we are subject to a tyrannical government. They ain't playing no games. They feel like they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, because they have a super majority. This is a deep blue state. Although I saw a map today that said things are changing in the wake of what happened on Saturday with Donald Trump. But beyond that, y'all, Came across this story. It's trending in my state because I understand it for what it is. And it is breaking news. From the Mercury News, it says, Governor Gavin Newsom signs first in nation bill banning schools' transgender notification policies. AB 1955 will stop school districts from notifying parents if their child starts using different pronouns or identifies as a different gender than what's on their school record. That means they're leaving you the authority as parents to fill out the school record and tell them what your kid is on the first day of attendance. But they can't guarantee you on the last day that your child will be that. And they're so secretive about it, so devious about it, that they have signed into law in this state. The headline says, first in nation bill. They don't even have to tell you. If they have got in your child's head and convinced them of foolishness, if they've convinced them of things that are untrue, things that are unreal, things that are artificial, if they have convinced your child to believe something in that schoolhouse, in that classroom, something that you don't agree with at your home, in your family, at your church, well, they don't have to tell you. How about that, y'all? Pull up the article, read it for yourself when you have nothing better to do. Just know, y'all, in this day and age, in 2024, as things seem to spiral out of control socially and politically, just know that we have to stick together for those things that America was founded on, for those things that made America better than other places in the world, to our freedoms, our independence, and our authority and autonomy over our own families, including our children, so that when they come up with the next foolish thing, and they will, we don't have to be subject to it. Especially those of us who are believers and don't believe what they believe, don't believe in LARPing around like you are something other than what God made you. We have to stand together, and we have to fight against things like this. Yeah, some of us can just pick up and move to other places. But I guarantee you, this legislature that I used to work in, they are counting on the fact that most people will not get up and move. And if you did, they just invite people to come over the border, and they'd rule over them with their tyranny. Shout out to Candace for standing on business, for inspiring us all. We wish her well. Y'all, what do you think about this topic? Let me know in the comments, because we are under attack in so many different ways. This is just one of them, but I thought I'd bring it to you. Let me know how you feel about this, and like the video. Subscribe to the channel and share the video so we can get more people involved in the conversation, y'all. And like I always say, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time, peace.